brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
No Wheeler this morning, but Ollie and Lecter on your Thursday morning that feels like a Monday that should be a Sunday that we got cheated out of?
I don't know how I feel this morning. I feel... You know what? It's 2 days. I can live with it. I'll get to this weekend. I'll reset myself. It'll be fine.
You can just leave it at that. I feel like, Yeah.
I felt like that for a while.
Yeah. We got a message from Wheeler 10 minutes shy of a Brecky penalty.
I did notice he played that well.
He did. He really did. Said stuffy nose, sore throat, didn't get a lot of sleep. I don't know if I believe any of that. Frankly, I think it was just a case of you woke up and the first thing you did in the morning was you looked outside and you just saw snow whipping across the window. And it's actually not that cold. It's minus 12. Could be nicer, could be colder. It's not that bad. But that's the first thing you see without even feeling the temperature outside. The first thing you see is snow just racing across your window. Yeah, I could understand why you'd be like, you know what? Not today.
I clearly haven't been in the north that long yet, because there are days when that still excites me. That's still the days...
That excites you?
Those are still the mornings where I see the snow whipping across, like, the snow! And I put the tree up yesterday. You'll yell at me for that later, I'm sure.
No, it's fine.
But,
as long as you wait till after 11.
Tree went up yesterday, exactly. It was the afternoon yesterday.
That's right.
You're fine, right?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And the snow's blowing down. Delightful.
Yeah.
Let's get outside, hit the morning sharp.
But like a gentle snowfall, yeah. I wouldn't call in sick from that.
I like a bit of whip.
A little bit of whip.
A little bit of whip.
Kinky. All right. Let's get this Thursday morning going.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Lecter, Ollie, and now AJ with you this morning. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Did you enjoy... Thank you, Ollie. Turning up his own mic. As you could see, I was struggling with things. Still struggling. Think I have it now.
Morning.
All right.
It's kind of like a Monday.
It's kind of like a Monday.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but Mike, too, always messes me up.
Yeah, you just got to count around the board.
I know. I'm trying to talk at the same time. I'm not a good multitasker.
I can't judge. First show that I ever did on the morning show alone, I messed up the mics. Very first thing.
That's fair.
I could have sat at mic 3. I didn't realize.
You did. You messed up everything, Ollie. All right.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Everything's a little messed up today. It's Thursday morning. Like I said off the intro, it kind of feels like we got cheated out of a Sunday. It's weird when the week gets broken up right in the middle.
That's exactly how I worded it yesterday. It's weird to have a day off right in the middle of the week because it's like, I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
It's like you're just plopped into a Sunday and then all of a sudden you're out of it again.
Yeah, kind of Monday, Tuesday, you built that momentum to carry you through the rest of the week.
Yep.
And all of a sudden there's just a drop in the middle.
Yeah.
And then now you're just expected to carry on as normal.
Well, I put the tree up. That's what I did.
Attaboy.
Waited for the Remembrance Day ceremony to finish. That was a really nice ceremony, by the way.
Yeah.
Thanks to Pedo Productions for helping us live stream that, and thank you to everybody who put that on and organized it. That was a fantastic ceremony. It was really well done, and obviously people weren't really able to attend anything this time around. There were, 20, 25 people there, AJ?
Yeah, there's a couple people kind of floating around the sidewalk. But there weren't too many people. I mean, usually I think they said upwards of 1,000 people that they pack into the multiplex for that, normally. So, there's a few people, though.
Pretty important to get that done, and it was good the way that went off without a hitch. And
you didn't even take a breath afterwards. You had the tree up.
No, I took a breath. I took several. I waited 4 hours, in actual fact. 3:30 in the afternoon. I was looking at my watch. I was like, you know what? We're good. I think Lecter's going to be okay with this. And so I snuck into the bedroom closet, dug the tree out, so heaved the massive, great big box out. Still not I can't do real trees. It still messes me up a little bit. So got the old artificial tree out. You have to do that sort of 45 minutes of floofing where you go around and you individually spread out every single branch.
Crucial floofing.
Yeah, try to make it look like it, cover all the gaps, basically, right? You're yanking green pieces of plastic in the general direction of just to spread things out a little bit. Got all that done. And then spent, I don't know, it must have been a solid 2 hours just gradually placing about 300 items one after the other on the tree. You can't have stars that are the same color too close to each other.
No.
You can't have baubles that are the same kind of shininess too close to each other. You got to spread them out.
Yep.
It's a mathematical exercise.
Mm-hmm.
But I got there.
You don't want to look like an amateur.
You don't want to look like an amateur. And I mean, May well be that nobody else even sees that tree this year. But boy, if they do, they'll be like, this guy's not an amateur.
Oh, I mean, social media. Everyone's going to see it. Have you not put it up yet?
I haven't. Well, I put the tree up. I just haven't put it up.
Okay.
On
you just
social
wanted
media.
that grace period just to make absolutely sure.
You can give it a week,
Right?
I'd say,
Yeah.
before you put it up on social media, just to avoid the comments.
Okay. Because this is like cranberry picking all over again, where I put up a photo of that, and suddenly, all the experts locally, let's be very clear. All the experts who learned themselves in the last few years.
Yes.
We're on my back. Oh, it's too early. You shouldn't pick them yet. They taste great. I just want you all to know they taste great right now.
Excellent year. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so
I'm with
does
you on that
Christmas.
one. And so does Christmas. By the way, if you did miss the Remembrance Day ceremony in Yellowknife, you can still watch that on the Cabin Radio Facebook page. But nevertheless, it is November 12th. It is very safe now to celebrate Christmas. Christmas is officially here. I think we could just put that out there.
Yeah,
Right?
I guess there's no real threshold.
You
is
just
there?
shrugged. I saw you shrug.
I did.
Well, but he
sure.
doesn't like happy, like things that bring people together.
Puppies, family gatherings,
Thanksgiving.
Christmas,
Yeah, no.
Thanksgiving.
All I have to do is move my shoulders now, and I get thrown under the bus. That's
How
where we're
dare
at.
you shrug
It was a question mark. I said, "Yeah, sure."
at Christmas?
November 12th. That's fair enough.
It's Christmas time. How can you shrug?
You throw those hands in the air and wave them around like you do care, not like you don't care.
Well, I don't know how to do that. I've been waving them around like I don't care for years.
It is tough. Yeah, I gotta say, I've tried waving my hands around like I care
with purpose.
with purpose.
It's tough.
It is. It's
You look like
Not-
you're hailing a cab.
not very discernible from the don't care arm wave. But yes, it is safe. We talked about this on Tuesday. Sarah put up her tree. And the mistake wasn't even putting up the tree; it was putting it up on social media. That was the fatal error of her ways.
Showing people you did it.
Showing people, yeah.
I mean, that really applies to so many things these
Yes,
days, right?
yes, it does.
You can do all of them. You can do anything. Just don't show people that you did it.
Just don't
Yeah.
tell anyone.
I mean,
about
this is
it.
the Jeffrey Toobin rule. Yeah, no,
I missed that
We're
reference.
not
No.
up on our news this day.
No.
Okay.
No, we're not.
You go look
Oh,
up.
wait,
Eh?
yes,
Yeah.
the Zoom guy.
Yeah, Zoom
Yeah,
guy.
Zoom
Oh,
guy.
Okay.
I'm
So
aware
we-
of the story.
So we're aware of the act. We're just not necessarily aware of the actor. I understand that.
Yeah.
So you can you can do that. Just don't show everybody that you're doing it. And that is where Sarah and Jeffrey went wrong.
There you go.
You
Keep
think-
your tree in your pants. Go ahead, AJ.
I was just going to say, you think that people just put stuff up on social media all willy-nilly? There's a lot of thought put into it. There's a schedule set out, do's and don'ts. There's rules.
Okay, every social media manager who actually works for a business or government right now is like, ugh, you're describing my life.
Thank you, AJ.
Okay, so there you have it. It is official. Christmas is here. You are safe. Put up your tree. Tell all your friends on social media. They can't say anything about it except nice things because it's the season of nice things.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast. Hey, it was early. What do you want from us?
It is freezing in here.
This building is just all through the summer too warm. Occasionally far too cold. You get the winter quite stuffy. You come in this morning freezing.
What is going on?
Ah,
My feet are really cold. It'd be one thing if I was walking around in bare feet. You expect your toes to be cold, but we're at work. We're, celebrating a certain standard of professionalism, I suppose. I'm wearing
the
boots.
phrase I've never heard associated with cabin radio before. Celebrating a standard of professionalism.
Well, we like to celebrate here.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, it is a standard of professionalism.
Yeah.
You're right.
Not
a very,
everyone's
a very
standard.
low standard is still a standard.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
But, wearing socks and boots like anyone might in a office setting, and my toes are freezing.
I'm sorry about that.
Ollie,
I don't know what to do about that for you. Maybe we can get you a blanket. Where's Penny when you need it?
write an
Come and-
article about it or something. Like, get something done.
We'll get Penelope to come in and snuggle at your feet and
She
make
never
them all
snuggles at my feet.
toasty. Well, she never. Yeah, there's only one person whose feet she snuggles at. The one who feeds her. She's a
Yeah.
clever dog.
I
She
ne-
understands.
I never give her scraps, so she doesn't give me the time of day.
There you go. If you just open the Studio One garbage up, you might find that you have a dog snuggling
That's
at your
right.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope that I know. The crew here at Bromley and Son, our all-star maintenance crew, are out outside. Not worrying about what's happening inside the
It's
building.
supposed to be cold out there, guys. Stop trying to fix that one.
No, they got the full-on bobcat out this morning,
Oh,
clearing
yeah.
those sidewalks. So there's no messing around this morning. So they are doing fantastic work, as they always do. I'm not going to complain about that, but it is strangely cold inside here.
Well,
it wasn't like this on Tuesday.
It wasn't like this at all. And if only, there was some way to get warmer by, like, if we had some new articles of clothing, for example, that had just come in that we were able to, like, put on ourselves, that would not only keep us warm, but also make us look stylish and suave ahead of Christmas and make people think, oh, we should buy those for our friends and family at Christmas. If only we had something like that, Lecter.
You sound like you're onto something, mister.
Oh, wait. You know what I've just remembered?
Oh.
We do have something like that.
Brand new sweaters.
Brand new Cabin Radio crew necks.
Mm-hmm.
Available in Midnight Navy, Burgundy Sand,
Ooh.
and Pearl.
Pearl.
I'm wearing the Pearl right now with the olive
okay.
colored
Yeah.
logo. Yep.
Wow,
Hang on.
those are some fancy colors. Burgundy sand.
Burgundy Sand and Midnight
Oh.
Navy. Not just any old navy, but the kind of navy you get at midnight.
Yeah. Oh, they are sharp-looking sweaters, I have to say. Not just because I am a part owner of the radio station that is hawking them.
And also a modeling them on the front page of the Cabin Radio website right now.
That's right. Yeah. I'm not crazy about that picture.
No?
I look old and frail.
You look fine! If you're
I
listening, go on the Cabin Radio website. I don't know why. You've just attracted attention to this now.
know.
Go on the Cabin Radio website. Go on Instagram. It's probably on Facebook somewhere as well. Go on. Choose your platform of choice. If you go on the Cabin Radio front page, you scroll down. You don't look old and frail.
I look a little
you look
I don't
still
know.
frail.
A little hunched over so my chest looks all caved in.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
I
You
don't
look
know.
fine. Anyway, we're
Not
not
that I
looking
have
at you.
much of a chest
It's
to
not
talk
all about
about,
you,
but,
buddy.
yeah.
If you're going to be like egotistical enough to have your photo on the front page of our website, then them's the breaks, right? You look fine. And you know what? That's a darn fine crew neck you're wearing.
You know what? And I got to say, Sarah came in to take that picture on Tuesday afternoon, working away.
Yeah.
And she did that thing where she had that mischievous smile on her face and asked,
the smile that says, "Please don't do the thing you're doing."
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
While she's taking a picture. And it's just like, I don't know. Is there something on my face? Like, what's going on? I felt like I was being set up for some kind of prank. But no, I think she was just like, you look old and frail. Let's get a picture of this. But the sweater looks great.
The whole package looks great. Like the come on now.
Stop, Ollie.
So anyway, head to the Cabin Radio merch website, which you can get by clicking on the photo of Frail Lecter, and you will be able to check out the Burgundy Sand, the Midnight Navy, and the Pearl options. Now, we have already sold out of a few sizes because people, turns out,
Already?
really like the crew necks.
Wow.
AJ is next door compiling 13 orders
Holy.
from yesterday right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So his little setup of cubby holes that he had all ready to go for orders, I think
Yep.
there are only 12 cubby holes in the cubby hole system, so he needs a new cubby hole system already. We broke that.
We flooded the cubbies.
We flooded the cubbies. You don't want to flood the cubbies.
Oh, man.
Oh, the
Wow.
cubbies.
Okay.
My
So,
favorite baseball team. So we're going to get more in, and we're going
Perfect.
to look at getting a green as well with
Okay.
the old school green and orange Cabin Radio colors. So
very nice.
green crew neck with the orange logo on it as well.
okay.
So watch out for that. You can play this one of two ways. You can take what we still got left now and be sure that you have it, or you can roll those dice and wait for the middle of December and hope that we get the rest of the stuff in time for you to be able to get it for Christmas then. So there's a couple of ways to play that. If you get a green one for Christmas, if you unwrap it on Christmas morning, you'll know that somebody gambled. Whichever family member is giving you that crew neck, they rolled the dice and they were like, we believe in Cabin Radio getting those green crew necks here in time.
I have to say, I kind of like the branching out of colors because, I mean, up until this point, we've had our pretty much our standard go-tos.
Yes.
The forest green with the orange. There's been we've had a charcoal black with orange, the green and the gray, the slate gray kind of. We had our primary Cabin Radio branded colors, but this, what are those colors again?
So I'm wearing the pearl with the olive.
Pearl. That's beautiful.
Then you can get the Midnight Navy with the brushed sandstone logo. or you can get the burgundy sand with what I believe the company called the Flesh logo.
Flesh.
Which,
Okay.
it's just sort of an off pink.
I
Like
thought
a-
those two logos were about the same color.
They're
but
about the
maybe
same
it's,
color. I
yeah.
think there's like, in the 6-figure color sort of scale, I think there's like 1 decimal point different between the two.
Okay.
But one of them I'm calling brushed sandstone, and the other I think I changed it to antique white
Oh,
on our website.
very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I enjoy naming colors.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind if we continue to explore this because these 3 are all winners.
Yep.
And if you go on cabinradio.ca, check out the merch store. You'll see them right now.
You see, there's plenty of the pearl left, and it's my favorite one.
Ah, okay.
But people have gone for the Midnight Navy so far.
Yeah.
Burgundy's ticking along as well. We sold a few of the pearl,
Yeah.
but people aren't sure, I think. And I would tell you right now, it's my favorite one.
Well,
I really like the pearl.
They're a risk. They're almost white,
They're
obviously.
a food risk. They're
a
food
food risk.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's tough. Like you kind of, when you look at the other 2 sweaters, which are beautiful and would have, very good stain hiding potential.
Definitly.
And then you look
Midnight
at the pearl.
Navy, it's midnight. You can't see anything.
That's right. You can't see anything. You're fine, which is obviously the sweater that I went with. But the pearl, that's risky business.
It is risky business. You definitely. I did order a pizza last night, and then I've been wearing this pearl crew neck for 3 days now, and did have to dance around the pizza a little bit and just sort of find some angles that would be safe pizza consumption angles. Essentially, like hanging upside down like a bat from the ceiling.
Little pepperonis falling in slow motion. You just dodging them like the Matrix.
Yeah, little effort required, but if you put that effort in, the pearl crew neck could be the one for you.
Beautiful. Check those out. Cabinradio.ca. As Ollie mentioned, if you don't get in on this first wave order, we will be ordering more in because we're just that popular.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Go to the Cabin Radio Facebook page. You may notice an article that was published 15 hours ago.
Yeah, you have to scroll down a little bit. It's beneath the frail bloke.
That's right. Couple new cases. One new case of COVID-19 in Fort Smith. That one's confirmed, or is that presumptive still?
Confirmed in Fort Smith, confirmed at Gahcho Kué, and a presumptive at Diavik. Busy all day yesterday.
Busy all day.
For a friend of the cabin, Mike Westwick, over at the office of the Chief Public Health Officer. Shout out to Mike, who has not got a job anybody else wants, who spent most of Wednesday firing out news releases about various cases of COVID-19. Having said that, much as it might sound like, 3 cases in a day, 2 of them were people who flew directly from the south to the mines.
Right.
And the other was someone who apparently isolated very appropriately in Fort Smith. So there doesn't seem to be any increased risk as a result of any of those. As we all know, Southern Canada right now, basket case. Full on, not great. Manitoba went to code red today. Mm-hmm. So there's that. Alberta even is thinking about, maybe one person in the whole province wearing a mask as a show of support for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as that one person wears it. Everyone else is safe, right?
That's the plan. Yeah. That's what they're going with. So, we'll see how that goes. But yeah.
So nothing about to change up here anytime soon with regards to how restrictive things have been because everything is getting worse to the south of us.
Yeah, if you were hoping for things like, for example, the isolation period to lift a little bit, which was something we have been talking about, good luck. I think that ship has now sailed because Southern Canada and let's not even talk about the United States, which is setting daily records. The US yesterday recorded more cases of COVID-19 than many entire nations have recorded all year.
Wow.
So, things are a little crazy the further south you go, and so I would not expect the restrictions to be changing up here anytime soon.
So with that in mind, going back to scrolling down on the Cabin Radio Facebook page, you may have noticed an article that is entitled 1,000 NWT residents to be given COVID-19 antibody tests, which means you could be selected to represent the NWT. It's an honor in a federal study using antibody tests to determine COVID-19 exposure. Ollie, without knowing precisely what's going on, what's going on?
What's going on? This is going to come in the mail if you get one of these. So it's not the kind of thing that you sign up for. They're going to choose you at random. It's a Stats Canada thing. They are trying to get a representative sample of the country, so they're sending it out to 48,000 people across the provinces and the territories, and they're targeting all different ages, so the chances are that your package, when you get it, will specify which member of your household should be taking this, and it's a little pinprick on your finger, tiny little blood sample, a drop or two or whatever, don't go nuts. Steady now. Just enough for the test. After that, wrap her up.
Yeah. Don't need a pint. No.
So a little sample, and then that gets sent back to them to analyze, and you fill out a little questionnaire. And this is an antibody test. Now, you might remember that this was talked about quite a lot over the summer, the idea of an antibody test, which is not a test for whether you have it right now. It's a test for whether you've ever had it or been exposed to it.
Right.
Because if you have antibodies in your system, the suggestion is, and the science is not 100% on this for this particular virus yet, but the anticipation would be that if you have antibodies to the virus in your system, then you must have come across this virus at some point. Now, the reason I'm saying the science is a little fuzzy is because this coronavirus is pretty similar to other coronaviruses, which cause things like colds.
What?
So,
other coronaviruses?
Yeah, coronavirus is not a new thing. There are types of coronavirus. This is just one type of coronavirus. There have been many, many, many coronaviruses in existence for decades. And
I think COVID-05 was my favorite.
They call, there you go. You see, you can pick a COVID, any COVID. Oh, Lecter, you're not helping my science lesson. Anyway, so, for example, I've been reading some interesting research over the last week or so that shows that some kids have antibodies that work on COVID-19, even though they haven't been exposed to it, because they've been exposed to a cold that was close enough that their body recognizes COVID-19 as a bad thing and acts on it quicker than it would otherwise.
Right.
So that's interesting, which is why I'm sort of hedging on the whole antibody thing a little bit. But for the purposes of this, all you need to know is it's a test kit. It arrives in the mail. You fill out a little survey. You prick your finger, and they're going to test that little blood sample to see if they can figure out whether you were exposed to COVID-19 at any time. The reason to do that is that will provide a picture of just how far the virus has spread across Canada and in what volumes, which then allows the federal government to make better policy, basically, and the territorial and provincial governments as well. Because the more data they have on things like that, the more they can understand and model how this virus is moving and being distributed, transmitted, and the better job they can do of responding to that.
Right.
So that's what you're going to get. Some people are getting them this week. You may already have yours. Some people will get them any time up till February, so you might still get yours in the mail over the next few months. You'll think it's a Christmas present. You'll be so excited, and it'll turn out to be a sharp implement provided by Statistics Canada. But, and so your Christmas present is a chance to contribute to national research. Now, oh my goodness me, I just say, it's only a small, very vocal minority, but there were some commenters on our Facebook page under this story.
Tread if you dare.
I wish I could understand the mentality. Just the commenters who, on hearing that they might get sent one of these in the mail, just the people who just, straight to the keyboard, no thanks, return to sender. They're not giving you COVID, guys. It's really quite different to that. It's a pinprick, and then you pop it in the mail.
Yeah.
That's all we're asking for here to contribute to what sounds like quite worthwhile national research. It sounds like it's quite a helpful thing.
Yeah, but that's not as fun as a particularly potentially wild conspiracy theory, Holly. I mean, isn't it more fun to think that we're in the, to quote a comment in the comment sections, the beginning stages of I Am Legend or The Walking Dead? Isn't that more fun than just contributing to national research?
I don't remember the part of I Am Legend, or for that matter, The Walking Dead, where someone was conducting, a rather sort of a study on this that involved absolutely nothing to do with whatever killer virus was involved in either of those situations. I feel like if the start of I Am Legend displayed, it's Will Smith, right?
It's Will Smith, yeah.
Yeah, there he is. with his little pin, just, dropping a tiny little blood sample and popping it in the mail. People watching the movie would have been, oh, look at Will Smith doing that perfectly natural thing that anyone would do in the circumstances that doesn't involve in any shape or form the virus at hand.
No, Will, don't do it. It's a movie. It has to have a wild plot. No, Will!
He's got more chance licking the envelope than he has pricking his finger.
And that's how The Walking Dead started. Licking infected envelopes, of course.
The licking dead.
The Licking Dead. So check that story out on cabinradio.ca or the
Don't
Cabin
search
Radio
for
Facebook
The Licking
page.
Dead on Google. I can guarantee you that doesn't end well.
Don't search for The Licking Dead, and probably avoid the comment section, as is tradition here on Cabin Radio.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Lecter, Ollie, and AJ with you. Ollie is double micing it just to make things easy for me. I do appreciate that, sir.
My pleasure.
So it is time. At this time in the morning, you may remember on Tuesday, we teed up a brand new prize for Delo or No Delo, always brought to you by Erasmus Apparel. Your chance to win a brand new nifty Erasmus Apparel toque. All you had to do was go to the Cabin Radio Facebook page, take a look at the picture, brand new picture featuring Ollie and Wheeler, and decide whether they were in Delo or not in Delo. Simply comment on the picture with your guess, Delo or No Delo, and you may be a winner, and we are about to find out who this week's winner is, and we're going to do it in our favorite fashion here at Cabin Radio, the ever vicious. I don't think we have a name for it, but we just call it the elimination game.
The elimination game.
Yeah.
Sure. So first of all, we should reveal, of course, whether or not we were in Delo.
Okay.
So this time around, this photo is Wheeler and I in some reeds,
Yes.
some rushes.
Right.
It is suitably anonymous, and this caused a significant amount. Yes.
My guess
Yes.
was No Delo,
Why did you say that?
because it looked like you were on the edge of Frame Lake. But
Yeah.
I realized reeds with trees in the background, that could be like one of 100 lakes.
You're onto us. That's exactly the kind of background we were looking for.
I'm going to say Delo
Okay.
because I just want to cover the spread.
What was last week? Was last week Delo?
Last week was Delo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Just.
my odds then.
So this week,
Well, you think they just alternate? That wouldn't be a very good competition.
I don't know.
that's kind of how I was playing it. This one was no Delo.
Yeah!
This time around, we were off the Rotary Park boardwalk,
Oh, okay.
just down in sort of School Draw area.
Okay.
And yeah, we just stepped off onto the ice where the reeds and the rushes are, and we crouched in there, and that is where this week's photo is from.
So not Frame Lake, but the big lake. A lake nevertheless.
Lake
and
nevertheless, no Delo.
Okay.
No Delo. And this actually split the vote,
Oh, really?
because we had quite a few people who thought this was Delo,
Uh-huh.
but 37 people were correct.
37. Okay, that's
So
pretty
we
good.
got 37 to choose from here.
Okay.
We will play the elimination game. Mr. Andrew Goodwin, please eliminate a number between 1 and 37.
22, please.
Okay, number 22, Eileen Erasmus. I'm sorry to say
no, I eliminated an Erasmus.
you eliminated an Erasmus from a contest sponsored by Erasmus Apparel.
That's probably for the best
man.
anyway.
Yeah. I mean, there is an argument that.
Bit
Yeah.
of a conflict of interest.
So,
I just knew, I just knew. 22.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
something fishy about
Yeah.
22.
Eileen,
enough.
sorry about that. Blame AJ. Lecter, eliminate someone for us. 1 to 37.
Let's get rid of 29.
29, they don't like the 20. So, Carrie Hergert. Carrie, goodbye.
Sorry, Carrie.
Yep, won't be carrying anything away from Erasmus Apparel today. AJ, let's get rid of one more.
I'm going to go with 8.
Oh, number 8, Jane Cunningham. Jane,
Oh,
sorry, Jane, not
sorry,
today.
Jane.
Sounds lovely.
Try again next week. Jane sounds great. Sounds absolutely great.
Sorry, Jane.
Probably slightly mortified to have been publicly rejected from a contest.
Well,
by
that's
you.
the game.
Oh,
Don't
that's-
play the game if you can't handle the heat.
That's
We
right.
never tell them this is how we're going to do it. There is
They
an
know.
argument.
They know.
Okay. You know what, Lecter? Let's pick a winner.
Okay.
So you can't have number 8, you can't have number 22, you can't have number 29, you can have anyone else between 1 and 37. It is going to be
Let's go with number 12.
number 12, Shelley Hesdorfer.
Well done, Shelley.
Good name, Shelley. Congratulations on your name. Congratulations on also winning Delo or no Delo. It was no Delo. Shelley got it right. Shelley wins a toque courtesy of Erasmus Apparel. Shelley, in order to claim that, you just have to go down to the store and go grab it from Sarah Erasmus. Congratulations to you. And we'll be back next week, and maybe it'll be D'Lo, maybe it won't be D'Lo. Clearly going to have to mix that up a little bit more.
Probably going to be D'Lo.
You know what?
I'll give you a little hint.
Hey, get off my back over there, yeah? It's hard choosing between one thing or the other thing.
yeah, one or two options.
I do enjoy how much intrigue this contest creates because, of course, you know, a lot of people like to think that they know the area, they know the surrounding area of Yellowknife and D'Lo very well, and you could not put something by them. The first picture we did last week, there were people who were like, "Oh, there's a telltale rock in the background." I had no idea. I didn't recognize anything in that picture, but people seemed so certain. And then this one, Bracken Sibbs actually came out on Tuesday and asked me to do people actually know where these are, or is this just a straight guess? I was like, you know, there might be an oddly shaped reed that actually tips someone off as to whether it's in D'Lo or no D'Lo. This one, as I said, I was going no D'Lo, but yeah, they're just like, how does anyone have any clue where any of these are?
You see, there are a few coming up that I think are slightly easier.
Okay.
And I think might be a little easier for people to say with some certainty, oh, I recognize where you are.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But this one, those reeds that are just off to the left of the Rotary Park Boardwalk, I feel like if you walk up and you know the reeds I'm talking about.
Yes.
But there's more than one clump of reeds in town.
There is.
And that's what I was relying on.
Well done.
I think it's a Slumdog situation where you just have to have a weird experience with that area and you'd be like, oh, I know that. That's where I broke my arm.
Aha, yes.
You know?
Yeah, it's where I fell
did
off my
not
bike.
think Slumdog Millionaire was going to make it into this break. I'm impressed.
Oh, I brought it in.
Yeah.
There you go. Another episode of D'Lo or No D'Lo in the books. Join us again, once again, as Ollie mentioned, next week on the Cabin Radio Facebook page. And, of course, we will mention it when it is up here on Mornings at the Cabin. Are we always doing it Tuesdays now? Tuesdays, Wednesdays?
Well, we did it Monday last week, but then we did it Tuesday this week. Yeah,
Okay.
Just throw a dart at the board for next week.
There you go.
We're gonna shoot for Mondays. For Mondays with Tuesday as the backup overflow day. If for whatever reason we don't get it out the door on Mondays, is that clear enough for everybody?
Clear as
And then
reeds.
if Wednesday's a day off, then obviously it trickles over to Thursday.
Right. I mean
Yes.
that throw a spatter in this week's works
A
as
little
well.
bit, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Any day of the week, frankly, if it ends in a Y, there might be a D'Lo or no D'Lo involved.
One more time, our winner this week.
Shelley Hestorfer.
Congratulations to Shelley, and thank you to Erasmus Apparel for once again bringing us D'Lo or No D'Lo each and every week here on Cabin Radio.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.